Hello and welcome to Intro to Business. My name is Professor Broussel. I'll be your professor in this class this semester, and I look forward to meeting all of you when we meet the first day of class. Uh, we will meet in person, obviously, for those of you who are taking the class on campus, and for the rest of you, we'll meet virtually. And what I mean by that is our first week mandatory video introductions that will be posted on Canvas. For those of you who are taking this class online, this is mandatory again, I repeat, so make sure that you complete this assignment the first week, or students who do not complete the assignment will be dropped to make room for students trying to add the class. I First week we go over the syllabus, as a general rule. And so what you'll see on the module 1 and module 2, actually, of the first week, you'll see a lot of content there. And it's going to let you know about the class. You might be tempted to say, I don't need to read the stuff. I'll figure it out as I go. It's not super critical. For those of you who are thinking about this, I want you to think about maybe imagining trying to win at a card game. And you just sit down and someone gives you a bunch of cards and you decide, I'm going to try to wing it and win this thing and learn it at the same time, figure out the rules of the games as I go. Obviously, your chances of winning aren't going to be great. Although education is not a game, I see it a little bit similar, wherein the first week of class, the most important thing for you to do is to truly understand what it's going to take for you to succeed in the class. You do that by learning what the expectations are for the class, and understanding the expectations is going to be done by reviewing the syllabus. That's why every professor kind of goes on and drones off about the syllabus first day and first week of class. The most important part of the syllabus, speaking for myself as a college student that I was several years back, I always went straight to the points. I mean, just go every class you ever have, go straight there. Are the points clear? Are the points displayed in a logical way? Are they displayed in percentages, or are they just weird points like 2,325 point total? And if that's the case, by the way, convert everything to percentages. But knowing where the points are and understanding what's going to help you do well in the class is going to be done by virtue of truly wrapping your head around the syllabus on the first day. And so that's kind of what I want to start off. The syllabus is packed with a lot of interesting things. Obviously, this is where I give you a little bit about the class here. The first thing we do by going to the syllabus, of course, what the class is, it's Intro to Business. It's a requirement if you're a business major. The way that I like to explain Intro to Business is like going to a buffet. You're not taking a deep dive over here. You're going to have a little bit of everything. We're going to learn a little bit about marketing, a little bit about advertising. We're going to learn about entrepreneurship. We're going to learn about business formation. If you want to start your own business, how should you create this business? Should you make it a sole proprietorship? Should you do a partnership with someone else? Should you create a limited liability corporation, LLC? Should you incorporate? There's going to be pros and cons on everything. So that's going to be one chapter just right there. And then right after that chapter, after we talked about business formation, we'll talk about creating a business, the steps to create a business, which, by the way, I'll tell you a secret, creating a business is crazy easy. Being successful in business and keeping a business, now that's the tricky part. So when I hear sometimes people go, I've created tons of businesses, I've helped thousands of people start businesses, where are they now? Are they doing well? Did they keep the business? The best way to get in touch with me always is going to be directly through Canvas. So on the left side, you can message me right there. I will get those. It's always the best way. It's better than email, and I'll tell you why. I teach several classes, and I'm the coordinator of the department. So every day, I get dozens, sometimes over 100 email per day, and it takes longer for me to figure out what class is this, what's going on, etc. But if you send it through Canvas, I know exactly what class you're in, and I can easily give you a file, an attachment, a link, something. So as much as you can, use Canvas to communicate with me so that I can help you faster. For office hours, we'll do that through Cranium Cafe, and you'll see on the syllabus you can click directly there, and we can basically, it's like Zoom but better. Required material. Good news. This textbook for this class is 100% free. It's a zero cost textbook. So you can actually go straight to the link and get everything online. If you want a hard copy, the bookstore will sell you one. I think it's like 40 bucks, so it's pretty cheap. And so some people like the tangible physical book, and I might even have a copy here, and I don't. It's in my office at work. But it's anyway, it's possible if that's what you want. One of the requirements for this class is absolutely a must. You have got to have a computer or an actual Chromebook, maybe a tablet. But even tablets, I don't recommend, especially Mac tablets, because you are too restricted when you're trying to access Canvas. There's features in Canvas that won't be visible from an Apple iPad or something. So I recommend, again, you use a laptop, a computer, maybe a Chromebook for best support. Do not, under any circumstance, try to complete this class on your phone. You will not have access. You're going to miss out important stuff. It happens all the time. It's going to be extremely frustrating. I don't know anymore if we do this, but we used to lend Chromebooks. Just reach out to the Chaffey College bookstore and see if that program is still alive. And if it is, we'll lend you a Chromebook for the semester or the year. Let's see. This class is critical for business. I always say this class is really critical for everyone. Everybody is going to be working for a company. You're going to maybe report to a boss. Maybe you'll have your own company. And even if you don't want to have your own company, just interacting within a company in itself is a task. So the chapter on management, the chapter on leadership, you'll learn about yourself as an employee. What are the things that motivate you? Is everybody motivated by the same thing? Of course not. So in this case, I would say this class should be a requirement for everybody, not just business majors. I really hope that you find this class as interesting as I did when I first took it. Again, it just covers a lot. For those of you who are undecided, you don't know what major you want, this is going to be this class here is hopefully going to give you a sense of direction. By the time you hit the chapter and you're like, wow, I really like global business. This is the thing that resonates with me. I want to learn about other culture. Maybe I speak another language, or I don't, but I want to learn one. And I can see how international business really runs everything. And this is what I want to do. So, again, some chapters are going to resonate. Maybe it's going to be the chapter on business law where you're like, that's it, I'm going to law school. The good news is we have so many programs available here at Chaffey, and I will connect you with the right people, whatever it is that you want. Even if it's not business. Some students that take this class, they go, you know what? All this does for me is it confirms this is not going to be my thing. I love anthropology. And so no worries. We have fantastic professors in that department, and I'll steer you the right way. Let's see. So again, this is, we're looking at multidisciplinary examination of business is what we're looking at. We're going to look at culture, society, various economic systems, legal systems, international political systems, financial institutions, human behavior, and more. We are going to look at the impact of goals of companies. There's going to be some theory. We're going to learn about, for example, management theory. So management theory is going to help you understand how companies get to where they are now. But we'll also look at more application-based and why businesses make the decisions now with maybe a theories as a platform, but beyond that in terms of we'll use strategy, tactics, etc., and leverage whatever strength we have to take advantage of opportunities. The learning outcomes for this class, demonstrating a knowledge of functional areas of business. You will recognize ethical dilemmas and respond appropriately and work effectively as a team member. Again, for the exams and the grading, you'll see the big chunk of all the points in this class. Number one, assignments. So if you do your assignments, all of them, you're on the right track because that's 40%. Then you add another 20% to make 60% for discussion. So assignments and discussion, bam, 60% of your grade. And then a big chunk of everything, quizzes. I don't have a final exam, I don't have midterms, but you're going to have a quiz for every chapter. So it's going to be really straightforward because I'm going to test you on the knowledge right after we finish each chapter. That's 30% of your grade. 3 letter grades. Let me explain. You do everything right, you get straight A's on all of the assignments and discussions, but you don't do your quizzes, you're going to retake the class. You can't pass this class if you don't pass your quizzes. And I say this because sometimes people think, I've done everything, I just suck at quizzes. If that's the case, you better make sure you study for them because you won't pass the class. There's a group project, it's a stock project. So for those of you who are taking the class in person, this is a group project. For those of you taking the class online, typically, not always, but typically, it's an individual project. So again, just making sure it's the same project. And all you're doing here, and I'll explain a little bit more, but you're going to invest an imaginary $100,000 in 5 companies, and you're going to track the stocks for the duration of the class and see how you did at the end. There's 2% extra credit. I usually tell students that's really like not something I want you to like be obsessed about because it's only 2%. So what that means is if you're borderline, you got a C plus and you're 1 percentage point away from a B minus, and you've done the extra credit, congratulations. I don't give you a grade. You give you a grade, right? I want to make sure everybody's clear. If you earn a C plus and you have done 0 extra credit, that's on you. You earned that C plus, right? So it's not me being mean, it's you really having not done the work, right? So in every class you ever take in college ever, do the extra credit. You don't know when you're going to need it. And if sometimes you need it at the very end of the class, it might be too late. Again, the assignments will all be submitted via Canvas. I will allow 2 ways to submit the assignments. They're going to be either copy and paste the text directly in the text box or upload a PDF file. That's it. Those are the only 2 ways. Only PDF file or maybe Word document file accepted. No other files accepted at all. Of course, everything has to be typed, organized, etc. No handwritten, don't take a picture of something you handwrote. That's an automatic 0. If you miss stuff, if you're late, I have good news for you. I allow late work, but you lose 2% per day. And the maximum percentage loss will be half a grade. So if your assignment was 20 points, you earn 10 points if you've lost all of the extra credit, all of the late points possible, which basically is an F, right? So 50% is F, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're not late. So again, we'll talk more about the stock project throughout the class, so I'm going to skip on that. The additional resources, again, the course website is everything's on Canvas. Everything will be available on Canvas. Now, sometimes things happen and we have glitches in our system at JFE College and you don't have access to Canvas. You get an error message, server is not responding or something like that. This is why I want you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to this class. And when you'll see it in the syllabus here, it'll give you the lecture playlist. Every single lecture is available on YouTube. The other good thing about that is, let's say you're going to miss a whole week of class because you got to go on vacation or something happened. The good news is that you can maintain, you can stay current with the class because I make my all of my again lectures available on YouTube. So that's something I recommend you do right away. Is go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss anything. Again, how do you do well in this class? Easy peasy. Show up, number 1, especially the face-to-face class. If you're taking this class face-to-face, it's because you're that kind of a learner. You learn better in the classroom where we get to interact, have discussion. I know some of you can't do it because you work, and it sucks because I know that a lot of you prefer face-to-face, but you're just not able to do it. Again, for those of you who are in the classroom, show up to class. For those of you who are taking this class online, make sure you're disciplined and make sure you allocate time throughout the week to watch the lecture videos. About the lecture videos, by the way, they're all about an hour long. Um, the advantage that you have over the rest of the class that's taking face to face is you can pause whenever you want. You want to watch this, throughout 3 days, no big deal. One tier per day, you're done. So again, it's totally up to you how you want to do that, but stay on top of the work. Uh, Take good notes. Some chapters are a little bit more tricky than others. Study groups are great, and meet with me. I have office hours in person on campus in Rancho, and I will also have office hours via Cranium Cafe where we can meet. Like I said, if you have questions, if you're stuck, just email me. Also on Canvas, there is an area that I created where if it's like, I don't know, 11 p.m., obviously I'm not going to reply, but you're desperate, you want an answer, and you can go to one of the forums there. That's for you guys. It's for students only, and I don't really monitor it. Keep it rated PG, and this is where you can help each other out. I would say keep the syllabus handy. Some students print it, bring it to class. I think that's a smart move, and that's really about it. I think that I've covered everything in about 15 minutes. I was trying to do 10, but I wanted to kind of give you a synopsis of the syllabus in this class. I'm really excited to have you in this class. This is a two-way street, right? So I need to hear from you. I want you to participate in class. I know some of you maybe don't feel very comfortable raising your hand. I get it, but I kind of want to hear everybody's voice eventually. And for those of you who are taking the online class, I will post very often. I'll have announcements, and I'll prompt you at the end of the announcement to comment, to say something, and I want you to do it. I want everybody to do it, even if you say thanks, I got it, whatever. It doesn't have to be War and Peace, it could be short. But I want to make sure that everybody is involved. So that's it. Again, super excited to have you this semester, or a 14-week class if it's in a 14-week class, or for those of you who are in my 8-week class or fast track class. Anyway, I have all different variations of this class. So welcome to Business 10.